Next, two fellas born within 3 weeks of each other and grew up 3 streets from each other.
Casey's Coast to Coast American Top 40.
This next one is by an artist who has never stopped surprising us from the range of songs that he writes. From the downbeat somber tone of The Sounds of Silence to the satire and cuckoo-cuckoo of Mrs. Robinson to the very delicate and gentle expression of the love of one human for another in the song that made its first impression a couple of years ago. Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water.
When you're weary.
At number 32, Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water. In Hollywood, this is Casey Kasem with our special edition of American Top 40.
American Top 40.
Debuting at number 35 this week on American Top 40 is the first chart hit by a brand new singing duo who between them have an impressive set of credentials. He's one of the most successful and respected singer-composers of the rock era, and she's one of the most widely acclaimed new singer-composers of the past 5 years. They were introduced a couple of years ago by their mutual producer, Phil Ramone. They hit it off, and about a month and a half ago, they got together in a recording studio in New York, and they cut a song he wrote for his next album. He is Paul Simon. She is Phoebe Snow. Their song is Gone at Last, and it's a smash.
The night was black, rose red sea.
Paul Simon and Phoebe Snow with the Jesse Dixon Singers with Gone at Last, debuting at number 35 in American Top 40, the highest debuting record of the week.
American Top 40.
In Hollywood, this is Casey Kasem with the 100 top hits of the year. The song at number 48 is by one of the most compatible talents ever to create a note of music, Paul Simon. Since 1965, the height of the Beatle years, he's put 21 hits in the top 40. 13 with his former partner Art Garfunkel, 1 with Phoebe Snow, 1 with Garfunkel and James Taylor, and 6 by himself. Like this top 5 single of last winter. Here's Paul Simon with the 48th most popular song of the year, Slip Sliding Away. Number 48, Slip Sliding Away by Paul Simon, one of the 30 male solo artists who've placed hits among the year's top 100.
American Top 40.
AT40 originates in Hollywood. I'm Casey Kasem. Well, now on AT40, we're up to the latest hit by a superstar who once confessed that he doesn't have what it takes to make it big in the music business. But that self-appraisal hasn't stopped him from hitting number 1 4 times. Now, usually when an artist starts hitting the record charts, so much praise is heaped on his head by his record company and his fans that it's nearly impossible to stay modest. But for superstar Paul Simon, modesty is just a way of life. As half of the duo of Simon and Garfunkel, and as a solo act, Paul Simon has hit the top 10 13 times, and 4 of those went all the way to number 1. But even with that much success and the adulation that goes with it, Paul Simon is still a reluctant superstar. Few years ago, he confessed to New Times magazine that, quote, "My voice is not my favorite voice, and I even feel that way about my looks. There's hardly anybody who's short and looks like me. But this is my look. I didn't pick it, but I'm carrying it." End of quote. This week, Paul Simon leaped 16 notches in our AT40 countdown to number 13 with Late in the Evening. There's the hottest record within the countdown. Debuting as the highest debuter last week, up at 29. It moves all the way to number 13, second week on the chart. You're hearing long-distance runners on record, spanning the 60s, 70s, and the top 10 here in the 80s. Here's one of the most respected songwriters of the past 25 years. With his former partner, Art Garfunkel, this man from Queens, New York, gave us stunning songs like The Boxer and Bridge Over Troubled Water. But he never let us forget his fun side in solo hits like Still Crazy After All These Years and 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. He's drawn inspiration from all kinds of music, from folk to gospel to calypso to jazz. In the 80s, he's introduced many Americans to the sound of black South African pop in his Grammy Award-winning album, Graceland. Here's 46-year-old Paul Simon at number 14 in our triathlon special. This is a Graceland hit from last year. You Can Call Me Al. You can call me Al. Call him Paul Simon. One of his 28 top 40 hits that puts him at number 14 among the triathlon champs of rock as we sprint onward toward the number one endurance champ of all.
The hits from coast to coast.